In this video, we're going to set up a Kame Connect device using the Ethernet Gateway Kit, so the final user can control their automation via internet using a web browser or an app on the phone. And for compatible devices, the technician can configure all the parameters of the operator on their phone over the internet. The kit comes with a gateway that connects to the internet by Ethernet. Then we have the sub gateway that goes directly to the operator and connects wirelessly to the gateway to get internet. There's two ways to connect this device. One is using the Serial protocol with supported Kame devices, in which you need to also install the RSE card that comes with the kit. The other way is by using this connector that provides two outputs and two inputs, so you can connect to anything that receives and sends drive contacts. Later I'll show the process for both types of connections, but either way, the first step is to provide power to the gateway using the included power supply and connect the network cable. The lights are going to start blinking in sequence, and eventually all three should stay on, indicating that it's connected correctly to the internet. First, I'll show how to connect the sub gateway with a Kame supported device. Make sure to install the RSE card that comes with the kit. Also, you need to make sure the board is in CRP mode and in address 1. It's a little different depending on the board. For example, in the BXV operator, you need to go to F56 and make sure it's in 1. And F49 should be in 3 to enable CRP mode. In my case, I'll use a CLJ24 control board, so I only need to check that the CRP address is 1. The next step is download the Kame Connect Setup app in your phone, available for Android and iPhone. If you don't have an account yet, sign up as a technician and fill the required information. Before signing in, confirm your email by clicking the link in the email you should receive when you sign up. Now you're ready to sign in using the username and password that you created earlier. Go to Kame Connect Connections, Site Management. Over here is going to show all the sites where you install Kame Connect devices. Add a new site. Choose a name for the site. Also add a description. Now tap on the site. Over here is going to show all the devices installed on that site. And the first thing to add is the gateway. Select manual. And you have to enter the key code that is in the gateway. Choose a name and description. The device is going to reboot, so wait a little bit until the red X goes away. Once the connection is established, tap the three dots and add a sub gateway. Select manual. And now enter the key code that is in the sub gateway. Choose a name and description. It's going to take a little while, and eventually a red LED is going to turn on, indicating that it's connected successfully. If for some reason it doesn't connect, tap on the name of the device and repeat initialization. The next step is to tap the three dots in the sub gateway and select Add Automation, Manual Configuration. Here's where the configuration is different depending on the type of connection you're using. In this case, the sub gateway is connected to a supported CAME operator, so I have to select the model, which in my case is an AXO with a CLJ24 control board. Choose a name and description. It takes a few seconds. Tap on the automation to see all the available options. The first thing you might want to do is to send an open command to test that it's working, so go to Commands. Here you can send any command. But as a technician, the best feature is the configuration section that allows changing any of the parameters of the operator. For example, you can change the safety devices, settings about the motor and behavior, and much more. There are so many other features, so I invite you to explore them. Once you finish setting up everything, the next step is to transfer the installation to the final customer, so they can control the automation with their phone. To do this, go back until you're in the list of sites. Tap on the three dots of the site you want to transfer and select Transfer Site. Write the email of the final user, name, and last name. The user is going to get an email with a link that will take them to the login page. They need to register as a user and log in to test everything. They should see the operator and the list of commands. The easiest way to control the operator with their phone is by downloading the CAME Automation app. Log in with the username and password that the final customer created. Enable the automation. And now you can perform the basic commands. The username and password are going to be stored in the phone, so there's no need to enter them again. Remember that I mentioned that there's another way to connect the sub gateway to any device? Well, you will have to install these cables that comes with the kit. It has two outputs and two inputs. The outputs are going to close the contact with an internal relay as a toggle switch, or sending a pulse. And the inputs can be used with an external switch or sensor, so it can send you the state of the gate. The configuration for all this takes place when you add the automation. Instead of selecting the operator, leave the default option Inputs, Outputs. Choose a name and description. You can also change the icon and activate the inputs and outputs you're going to use. For my case, I'll just use input 1 and output 1. Select the automation we just created. Go to inputs, and there you can see how the state reflects the state of the contact. And here you can edit the text that shows on each state. Go back and edit the behavior of the output depending on what you need. By default, it's set as static command, meaning that it will work as a toggle switch. In my case, I want to send a short pulse to send an open command, so I disable that and check on pulse command. I want the pulse to last only 1 second. So now every time we send a command, it's going to send a pulse to any device connected to those two wires. That in my case is the red ones. Later you will transfer the site as shown before. I hope it was helpful, and thank you for choosing Kame for your automation solution.